Okay, so for this sequence, what we will focus on is distilling all of the principles and information that we've learned just to one focal point. And so for this sequence, we'll work with fullness of touch. And when we work with that fullness of touch will provide for our receiver feeling like they can relax and feel safe. It's just to create an environment where their body feels safe and it stimulates the natural healing capacity of the body. So I'll begin by centering myself and making an offering to be fully present in this single moment, this single activity, and offer the fullness of my presence. I begin by placing my hands at the instep of the feet, and I offer my touch with firmness and gentleness. I make the fullness happen by wrapping my hands over the tops of the feet. So even though I use the heel of my hand primarily to pour body weight, I'm still making contact, as much contact as possible. I'm going to alternate shifting my weight from side to side. And keep my arms and my back straight. Right? Yes. We work our way to the inner heel, and I make a nest here, right at the inner heel. The ankle bone is in the center of my palm, and here I can apply more body weight. And then we'll shift to half kneeling so that we can palm up the inner shin. So I use my fingers like so, and mostly put weight into the outer edge of the hand as I palm up the calves. As you can see, I'm pouring my weight straight down. My shoulders are right over my hands so that I'm making the most efficient use of my body. And I'm focusing on keeping a lot of contact with my hands to the calf. So I just let my hand relax and wrap around the calf, keeping steady weight pouring through the arms. As we shift to the knees, I'll just wrap my fingers around, say hello, and I feel for the tendons, ligaments on either sides of the knee, both with my thumb pads and my finger pads. Then we can shift to the quads, and I start from the inner knee with my fingertips turned out, palming from one side to the other, walking my way up towards the top of the thigh. Each time I place my hand, I just think about spreading my palm so that when I make contact, you have that fruit roll-up effect where you really find as much contact as possible. When you do a treatment like this and you simplify your intention, it really translates, and your receiver will feel it. So sometimes it's nice to, to hear what they have to say at the end of the treatment, and you say, how did it go? What did you feel? And just, leave it open-ended and see what they say. We'll do a gentle blood stop here at the top of the thigh, at the hip crease. So I'm offering, maybe 50-60% of my body weight, not a ton. And I'm just waiting to feel the pulse. You could stay here quite a bit longer. I'm not going to stay. I'm just going to feel the pulse. Watch my receiver's breath. And then I'll sweep down the legs and give her body a little rock. So I'll use my palms and my forearms to rock the body from side to side. This is a really nice way to relax your receiver and very tonifying for the nervous system. Gentle rocking. I'm going to support one leg here and come to seated. I bring her knee on top of my knee, like so, and then her shin follows my shin, her foot lands right on top of my foot. And we make this nice little family here. What I can do to begin with is just feel with my palms on the inner shin, inner thigh. This is a nice way to learn the landscape of your partner's body. So here I can feel the strong tendons going from the groin out into the inner thigh. And then towards the knee as well, I can start to feel some of the tendons that connect here. We're going to use a soft forearm on the mid-thigh, mid-inner thigh here. Relax hand, ladyboy hand, and just sink. You can stay here for a few breaths in each point that you touch. I'm going to move a little bit lower. Touch and sink. So even while I'm applying the principle of fullness through the hand that's working, I also have this other hand that's not working. In shiatsu, we call this the mothering hand. So the mother hand is going to come and just support and offer more contact. I can shift once again, touch the inner knee. Not only am I is the mother hand working, but also I have a mother leg because I have contact through the bottom leg. Some of you said that you found this to be a very supportive position, very good feeling, because I think we have a lot of contact here, and that's what makes it happen. We'll give a little bit of rocking, so I initiate that from this leg, moving up and down. And then I'll bring Maisa's foot to my hip crease, my right hand to her outer knee, and we're in position to come up to half kneeling while supporting our friend's leg. Here what I would like to do is play with using my hip as a third hand so that I don't need to support there. I can continue to support at the knee and the opposite hip, and I'm just exploring Maisa's range of movement. I would like to even wrap my hand over the top of the thigh and see if I can bring her thigh to the ground. This left hand follows, so it's supporting the opposite hip and following the movement. Like so. And then keeping my right hand at the outer knee, I slide my left hand to the ankle, and we're in a perfect position to come into the archer. In the archer, I'm going to explore the range of movement through these simple hip circles. Very nice. Sometimes you'll find your receiver is holding their leg in this position, that the inner thigh muscles don't release. So just a little bit of rocking, a little shaking. Bring them to their full range of motion, out to the side like so, and then make little circles. Very nice. We'll come to stand, so you see I support the knee, and then I slide my right hand to the ankle, use my right thigh to support, And I'll place my left hand in the sole of the foot. I squeeze the ankle with both hands. Nice full touch. And then I lean back using my legs, and I can see that her neck is moving. So there's a nice continuity of this movement through her whole body. We'll cross over the midline and do something very similar. So I'll hold the top of the foot with my left hand, ankle with my right hand. I fix the straight leg with my right foot, and then I lean slightly back and give her a twist. If proportionately it's challenging for you to do this, just step back. I can even feel with Maisa that her leg is turning on its own. So maybe I'll just pause right here. Could be that maybe there's hypermobility in the knee or the hip, and so she's moving her leg to protect that hypermobility. We'll bring the foot down here, fancy technique, like so, and then we stay in contact. So she always feels my presence. I'm going to do the other side. I'll go a little bit more quickly here, less detail, since you have the information from the first side. So first feel. Again, a lot of presence in my touch, a lot of contact. If this is not quite comfortable for you with the hand in this direction, you can also try elbow out, hand in, like so. No problem. See what's most comfortable for you. Personally, I like this position. This might turn into Liberace hand, actually, one of these days. Can't you just see him flashing his rings?
I like Ladyboy.
You like Ladyboy, yeah. It honors the tie. So her foot comes into my left hip crease, hand to the outer knee, and then I can easily stand up. Just move her arm out of the way. And then here, once again, I use my opposite hand to draw the hip in the direction of where I'm taking her leg. That way I'm not fighting against her flexibility. I'm shortening it so that she comes with me, like so. Always take time to adjust your own body so that you're comfortable in these various positions. Right into hip circles. This is a dynamic technique to help move energy. So when we get comfortable with the hip circles and we have a receiver that's really going with the flow, it can be more dynamic, more movement. At first, though, we start slow, so they trust us. Again, use your front foot as the anchor. You can lean the leg, like I have Maisa's leg resting on my thigh. You can lean the leg there, and then straight, arms, straight, back. Use your legs. I always like to take a breath in and traction on the exhale. That helps me to stay in a rhythm. Good. As you can see, proportionately, since Maisa's legs are so long, it's quite hard for me to keep my arms straight here in this position. But I can give her a little bit of a twist with her other leg fixed. So if I want to give her a little bit more, I just slide back, and here, much more comfortable for me. Later on, we'll learn how to flip our partner over to their belly using this, like so. Flip. Okay. So we finish both legs. Staying in touch with our friend, we'll gracefully walk forward. Use this little shimmy to relax the shoulders, just a gentle traction this way. And then since you're here, you might as well palm the forearms. So the way that I like to do is that I wrap my hands around the forearm. This is a great way to create more contact, and then I sink, like so. More contact, the better. And then we move up here to the chest shoulder area where the pec minor lives, and this is where we can do some great therapy for the neck and shoulders. So because there is relatively few muscles in the front body and lots of muscles in the back body, when you touch the muscles in the front body, you're also touching the back body through all of the connections. So that's why you can actually get really good results if you want to treat the neck and shoulders by working on the front body. Here we emphasize making a nest. So I spread my hand, full touch, make the nest, and sink. Okay. And we might call this the big cat massaging. Large cat, big paws, lots of contact. I'll find a little nest for both hands, and then I'll just stay here for several breaths. Once again, it's important that my hands are under my shoulders so that I'm using my body weight efficiently and that I'm keeping my hands relaxed. A nice release for the traps. We can do this hook over the tops of the shoulders and just lean back. Notice that her head really doesn't move. I'm not trying to lift her up. I'm just drawing the shoulders down towards the pelvis. Nice feeling. You can adjust your hands and even add a little bit of a rock, like so. Okay. As we finish, we brush down the arms, and then I'll repeat the rock, the body rock, all the way down to the feet. And then come back to where I started, palming the feet. Yeah. So there you go. It's nice at the end of your sequence to just finish palming the soles of the feet as a way to ground yourself and also come back to a really comfortable place in your body. What you feel will communicate to your partner, and especially at the end, it'll give sort of like a little bit of a resonance, a lingering feeling that they'll remember at the end of the treatment. They'll remember this sensation of you being comfortable, relaxed, and really grounded. Good. So we'll seal and just brush 3 times. To finish.